Make Art Not Friends by Sturgill Simpson is going to be played in an alternate tuning, and that's kind of the weirdest thing about this song. Watching him play live, I can definitely tell he's not playing in standard tuning, and while I'm not 100% sure that he's gone to this tuning, I'm pretty sure that this is the tuning that he's got to be playing in for his finger positions to make any sense. So your sixth string, which is typically at an E, gets tuned up to a G. Your fifth string, which is typically at an A, gets tuned down to a G. So you've got a G and G. Your your fourth string, which is usually at a D, gets left alone. It stays at a D. Your third string, which is typically at a G, gets tuned down to an F. Your second string, which is typically at a B, gets left at a B. And your first string, which is typically at an E, gets left at an E. So whenever we strum across it, we've got some version of a G chord there, I think. I'm not really quite sure what it is, but to make the chord shapes that Sturgill is playing, we're going to come up with our first finger, and we're going to bar on the 10th fret of the guitar across strings 6, 5, and 4. Then our ring finger will go down on the 3rd string, 12th fret, and our pinky finger will be used to bar strings 2 and 1 on the 13th fret. So that whenever we get into this driving rhythm of, we'll be palm muting or strumming just down strums on the lower end of the register, and then popping on the high end of the register where we've got this bar happening with our pinky. So that's the first chord, and it's like down, down, and down. Actually, on the high notes, sometimes Sturgill strums down on them, sometimes he strums up on them. So it could be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. With the ups happening across strings 1, 2, and 3, the higher strings, and the downs happening across strings 6, 5, and 4. Or you could just down strum them all, just alternating whether or not your down is hitting the low strings or the high strings. So that's the first chord right there, which is essentially an F, I believe, if I remember correctly. The second chord, is this enough? What chord would this be? Let me turn my tuner on. Yeah, that's an F. So the second chord is you keep this same shape and you go down 1, 2, 3 frets, so that your first finger now is barring across the 7th fret of strings 6, 5, and 4. Your ring finger now is on the 3rd string 9th fret, and your pinky finger is barring the 10th fret of strings 1 and 2. And that alternates between the F and this would serve as a D chord is what we're playing. And alternates back between that, and then sometimes it drops down another 2 frets to what would be a C chord in this tuning, where your first finger is barring strings 6, 5, and 4 across the 5th fret, ring finger on the 3 string 7th fret, pinky finger barring strings 1 and 2 on the 8th fret, and then sometimes it comes on down 2 more frets, so that your first finger is barring the 3rd fret of string 6, 5, and 4, your ring finger is on the 5th fret of string 3, and your pinky finger is barring the 6th fret of strings 1 and 2. Whenever we get into the verse, it's palm muting between the F chord, which Sturgill is playing with his ring finger, barring across the 10th fret of strings 6, 5, and 4, and just straight palm muting down, and then going to this was our C chord, I believe, or no, a D chord. So going from the F to the D, which is first finger to the 7th fret of strings 6, 5, and 4, and just alternating between those. And then it eventually shifts down to that C, and then shifts on down to what is, I think, an A sharp. Yeah, and then all the way back up to the original progression. So those are the chords and the movements and what I believe to be the correct tuning for Make Art Not Friends by Sturgill Simpson. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.